Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, no matter what part of continent you find yourself. My message this hour it's on dream. A few days ago, I was discussing with my wife. We are talking about. We got into the story of Abraham and Sarah. God loved Abraham so much that He said, "You, my friend Abraham, and I'll make you father of nations." And Abraham said, "Let it be done unto me as you said, God. Thank you." And they waited. They waited 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. At almost the age of 90, and Sarah has gone way beyond the age of bearing child. And he said, Abraham, can't you see? God has a purpose, He has a reason, and that's why He brought Haggai into our life. Yes, Haggai, maybe God knew that I've passed the age of bearing child. Why don't you go and know Haggai? Maybe God will bless us through Haggai. And Abraham said, I never thought about that. And Abraham accepted the offer. Lo and behold, Haggai had a child, and it's named Ishmael. And they were both excited. Abraham said, God, thank you. He finally completed whatever you promised me that you do in my life. I am so excited. I'm so happy. And at that moment, God came to Abraham and said, friend, it's kind of funny though, but that is not my creation. Yes, you heard me right. It was you and your wife that came up with that idea. And because I gave you the freedom to create whichever you want, whichever way you want, you guys created that. I have no problem with that because that was where your attention was. And I had to make it happen for you guys. But lo and behold, I am still going to bless you with that seed that I promised you, which was how Isaac came into picture. And when they had Isaac, I can imagine what was going between Sarah and Abraham. You see, we could have waited. You talked me into knowing Haggai, which I did. And Abraham, perhaps, oh God, I'm sorry I failed you. No, God was so, hey, come on, you're my buddy, regardless. I love you. The same way, nothing has changed. Abraham was given another test when God said, Abraham, I want you to take Isaac to that mountain and go and sacrifice Isaac to me. It wasn't easy on Abraham. He thought about it. He thought about it for days and said, no, I have to keep this to myself. Can you imagine what would have happened if if Abraham had told Sarah, hey, listen, Sarah, I don't know, God said we should go and sacrifice this child. Sarah would have said, no, you did not hear from God, Abraham. That God cannot say anything like that. I know who God is. He can never tell you to go and sacrifice this guy who waited for almost 40 years. But Abraham, knowing the importance of dream or message from above, kept it quietly to himself and took Isaac to the mountain. And Isaac kept saying, Father, where is the sacrifice? Where is the offering? Abraham said, no, don't worry, God will provide. You see, God gave Abraham that test to see if Abraham will still be the father of faith. And he passed that test. He passed that test. But regardless, if he had failed on that test, God still would have loved Abraham and probably give him another test. When you make a mistake in life, don't condemn yourself, don't judge yourself. Why? Because God will give you another test. God is love. That's it. God is love. His love is endless. Regardless, God cannot take his love away from every soul he has created. If you abuse God's love, that's your own headache. And that's why he said, vengeance is mine. We should not take God's love for granted. We have to love one another. We have to be nice to one another. Treat others the way we want them to treat us. See God in each and every one. Even those that decide to do bad things with their life, we shouldn't question them, we shouldn't condemn them. That is the work of God. Absolutely, that is the work of God. All we had to do is to love one another, just like Jesus Christ encouraged us to do. Love your neighbor. Your neighbor is not just only the person's living next to you. No. Your neighbor can be a complete stranger you don't even know. Dream, dream, dream. And be careful who you share your dream with. Because when we do share our dreams with our loved ones, the tendencies are very high that they will talk us out of such dreams. Mike, come on. Everybody's doing this now. But this is something God revealed to you. You don't blame your loved ones because they were not in those dreams. When God gives you a message, hold on to that message. Because God said in John chapter 1 verse 1, he says, John chapter 1 verse 1, it says in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God is the Word. Whether the message came directly from God or from someone else, it could come from your child, it could come from a neighbor, it could come from a stranger. It could even come from where you are just hanging out having fun. Somebody say, you know what, I see greatness in you. You will go on to be something like this in the future. God spoke through that person. Don't take such word for granted. It will come to pass. Because God said, my word can never come back to me without accomplishing what it was set out to accomplish. In his image, he created you and I. God could not have created us to be like him if he would not give us the power to create whichever way we want. He gave us that freedom and the power. So anything we think that God can do for us, be rest assured that it will be done as we believe. So what are you believing God to do? Yet believe big. Thank him. Even when the environment is not supporting such thoughts. Environment doesn't determine who you are. Your friends don't determine who you are. Your family cannot determine who you are. The only person who knows who you are is that God, the Spirit of God that lives right inside you. Yes, the Spirit of God. And you already know what your purpose in this world will be before he sent you out here. Love one another. Love your family. Love your friends. Love everybody as much as you can. Because in so doing, God will reveal your purpose to you. Thank you. God bless you. You have a wonderful week.